Hey guys, this is Trevor with Patrick Adair Supplies. Today we're going to be going over our February subscription box, the Yeti ring. Let's get on to making the ring. Hey everyone, so to start off making our Yeti ring, we're going to be placing some zircon throughout the ring channel with our thick CA adhesive. I prefer to use the thick CA when placing heavier materials so they stay put a little bit easier than the other viscosities. And by adding some of our pigment to the thick after it's placed with the zircon, it stays put even better. Alright, so now after I've got the zircon all placed, I'm going to be adding a bit of medium CA around the ring and adding in our glacier white opal, making sure it's all pushed down into the channel. I don't want to use too much medium CA or else, as you can see here, some of the zircon starts to droop a little. So I just put that back into place with my tweezers and add in that glacier white opal, and it should hold everything in place until I put the pigment in there. And after the opal is where I want them, I'm adding our iridescent blue, neon blue pigment combination all over the ring. This will help hold everything in place, and anywhere that there was glue, there will now be pigment. After I blow off the excess pigment, I just want to wet the pigment with our super thin CA and then hit it with a bit of accelerant to cure it. After that first layer is cured, I just want to build up around the ring with the super thin until the channel is filled. And once that's completely cured, we can start dremeling. Now while you're dremeling, you can take your time sanding until it's just flush with the inlay channel. If you have some brownish lines on the edges of your white ceramic, don't worry, that should come out when you're hand sanding it. The only other advice for the dremeling for this ring, the zircon is fairly strong, so depending on how big of the pieces you used, it may take a little bit to get through it. But don't worry, just keep pushing on. To start our hand sanding, I just want to wet the ring and sand with a piece of 220 to clean up after the dremeling with the 80 grit. Sometimes it can leave gouges, or we're just trying to get rid of that brown line on the edge. Just cleaning it up, exposing any voids that may have been left over from the Dremel. Now I'll just be drying it off and checking for any of those voids that may have been exposed, just clearing those out with that razor. And after those have been exposed, I'm just going to add in our pigment to those voids to fill in all of the empty space. To seal it all up, I'm going to add a layer of super thin and a tiny bit of accelerator just to let it cure. If you don't have accelerator, that's okay. Super thin cures fairly quick by itself, so you can just let the ring spin until it's cured. Now once it is all cured, I'm going to go through our 220, 500, 1000, and 1200 grit until I think the ring looks finished. While I was doing this ring, you can see me reapply some super thin after it looks like it's finished. I did that because I noticed a small divot in the ring, so I just repeated that same sanding process, and afterwards I was left with a beautiful icy ring. I'm really happy with how the ring turned out. The glacier white opal and the zircon really complement each other well and give you that icy feel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.